Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Dan here. I hope you are doing well. The last trike video I did was quite a success, so I'm going to do another one on another trike I've got my hands on. Okay, it is the Retracta-trike. It's been out about a year and a half now. It seems to be quite popular. There is a lot of videos of it online, but I've not seen any videos of somebody putting it together in depth and showing up close. So that's what I'm going to do today. Okay, before we do that, so this is a Retracta-trike just here. I have a mooch of that. That is it at its smallest stage. That is it broke down. It's still got a bit of length to it, but it fits in the car, no problem. The company who make this are called Outback-uk. That's Outback-uk.co.uk is the website. They make the Retracta-trike. They've got lots of different models. The Retracta-trike is £1,850 on their website. Okay, so it's quite expensive, but as you know, anything in the aviation world costs a bloody fortune, so it shouldn't be a surprise. If you want one of these or you want any more information on it, which I don't cover, check out Northern Skies. Okay, really nice guy. I've spoke to him about these. He's a UK importer, so if you want one in the UK, one of these trikes, that's who you go through, and he'll square you away. So that's Northern Skies. I'll put a link to that down below, guys. The trike is tailored for the frame of your motor. So I've got the Maverick, so this is tailored for the Maverick. So what you can't do is get a generic one and they all fit. So make sure you select the right option for you or you're going to be upset. The weight of the trike, so with these smaller wheels, so I've got the chunky wheels here. So they're the chunkier wheels. With the smaller wheels, the trike is 9.8 kilos. Okay, I haven't got a solid weight on the trike with these wheels, but you're looking at 10, just over 10 kilos, which isn't the end of the world. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll show you real time putting this together. There is some good parts and some bits I'm not so keen on, but there is a way around that. So I'll put it together, we'll have a mooch, and we'll go from there, guys. Okay, let me get rid of my notes, because my memory's shocking. Right, so straight away we've got this element. This is the retracting part. Okay, so you've got your front wheel, which is fixed. You've got this little bit which your arse is on, which slides back into. It'll make sense in a minute. And what you've got at the back here is a little bolt. Okay, this bolt has to come off when you put the trike together. So we're going to undo that now. You literally take the bolt off like so. Okay, keep hold of it. That is the only bit what's stopping this element of the trike sliding completely out. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there for now. I'm going to put the bolt in my pocket because I will forget it, and we'll come back to that. Next is this part. Okay, we've got a beam what goes through this element here, and this is where your frame sits on these bits. It's velcroed on, and then that goes to the motor as well. Okay, that'll make more sense in a little bit, but this is the tailored part for the frame. Okay, so this won't fit every single motor, so make sure you get the right one. So I'll leave that there for a second. Next we've got that main beam. So this is the main beam, guys. Okay, you've got a little knobbly bit, I don't know what you want to call that. We'll have a nice little close look at that bit there. Okay, and then you've got the wheels, so they're all the separate elements. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll put it together now. So we'll come in and have a nice close look at what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm going to slide this beam through until that nipple goes through that hole. Okay, pretty straightforward. So I'll do that now. So it goes through here like so, all the way through. I really struggle to line this up, to be honest. Press it in. Now all I'm going to do is feed it all the way through until there. That's it, that's in. The nipple's clicked into place, and that is that. Okay, pretty straightforward stuff. Right. Next I'm going to put the wheels on. Said wheelios. Okay, the wheels, guys, have got a little button here. Okay, little button. What that button does is moves them ball bearings on that side. See that? So what you need to do when you put the wheel on, I'll show you. Obviously you line it up, the male part goes into the female part. You line it up, you need to press that button whilst you put the wheel all the way in. Okay, so press that button whilst the wheel goes all the way in, then take your finger off and it's there. Okay, there is a little bit of play, but it's not the end of the world. I think it's supposed to be like that. What I will say with the wheels is there's a couple of videos online of people taking off and they lose a wheel once they've left the ground. Okay, it makes an interesting landing. So double check these every time before you take off, okay? And we'll put the other side on. Same sketch, guys. We'll just press the button. Male into female, press the button all the way in and check it. There we go. So that is the rear of the trike. And now it's the final bit, then the trikes together, okay? All we're going to do is feed this beam through here. We're going to go through here all the way out the back here. Okay, so I'll do that so you can see. It's a little bit awkward. So we're going to feed it all the way through like that. Okay, so that is a retracting element, if you haven't guessed. What I am going to do is I'm going to put this bolt back in. So you saw me take this bolt out previously. Okay, that was on the end of that primary stanchion. Okay, with this hole here. All I'm going to do is put it back through, because this is the only part what is stopping the Retracta-trike from falling to bits. Okay, so there we go, that's back on. So all that is literally doing is acting as a stop, like so. Okay, if it wasn't for that, if you retracted the wheel and you wanted to put the wheel back out to land, you put it back out too much and the main wheel would fall away and you'd have a pair of stabilisers and that's it, which would be hilarious, but it would royally trash your kit. So that's it built. That's a Retracta-trike built, okay? What I'll do now is I'll put my motor onto the trike, so you can see that. Like I said before, the motor is simply held on by Velcro. So it's going to be these two bits here, okay? Sounds a bit bizarre having a piece of kit what's £7,500 motor being held together by Velcro, but I've done a hang test and it goes absolutely nowhere. What I am going to do is I'm just going to turn the trike around like that so it doesn't roll off, okay? So, 1x Parajet Maverick, and all we're going to do, if we come round to the back, you'll see where I'm putting it. We are literally putting it in that little tray at the back. Literally in the tray there, that is it. It is that simple. But what we do need to make sure, if you come around this side, we do need to make sure this bit here is actually behind there. So this plate is supposed to be here. Okay, and there should be no gap there at all. So I need to shuffle the engine back, or the motor back, so it slots into this gap here. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. He says. That's in at the back, at the front, sorry. Now I need to do it here. It can be a little bit awkward, but once it's in, it's in. Right, there we go. We'll check all 3 points of contact now. Okay, so we've got it in here. So that's 1. We've got it in here. That's 2. And then going round to the front of the fuel tank, which I previously commented about, that's 3. Okay, so check your 3 points and then you're good. All right, this bit here, I'll discuss this in a minute. Okay, what we'll do is we'll do the Velcro up here. Really simply do the Velcro up. You don't need a lesson in how to do up Velcro. That's that one. Make sure it's nice and tight, tuck it in. Okay, 2 Velcro rear. And then the other part what holds your your frame on the motor, sorry, I'm talking rubbish. The other part what holds your frame onto the trike is this bit here. The point of this is to stop the fuel tank sliding out of this gap when you've left the ground. Okay, so if it wasn't for this, you'd take off and the front of the trike would literally just flop away, because it's only got the points at the back holding it. So what you're supposed to do with this is you're supposed to feed it up behind the frame and wrap it round one of these points up here. Okay, so a point of contact, you're supposed to pull it really, really tight. Okay, and it basically sits like that, but behind your seat, obviously. Okay, this is the bit I'm not too sure of. It is a right pain in the ass to do, and it's difficult to get really tight. So what I'd suggest is, once you've got it on, leave it on. Okay, and don't undo this again, just undo it from this point here, which I'll show you now. Okay, so we'll pretend this is all connected. So if you come in nice and close, all we're going to do, we'll undo this Velcro, like so, undo the pin, there we go, and we'll unattach that, detach that, okay, instead of undoing this bit every time, okay, because like I said, it'll be behind the seat, okay, pulling the motor this way onto the trike. Alright, I would show you guys, but my hands don't work very well, and I can't undo these and do them back up very quick, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, but it would be attached to there, okay, or the next one down, okay, and onto there really, really, really tight. The alternative option, forgetting that for a minute, the alternative option, which I'd suggest, is use a ratchet strap. Literally a little ratchet around the base of the frame here, up and around the same stanchion bar, nice and tight, click it in. It does exactly the same thing, and it's probably a little bit easier, but whatever works for you, okay? Right, next. This element here. This is the main retracting element, okay? If that's the right word, and I don't know, I'm not a mechanic if you can't tell. So when you're flying, the seat basically rests on that. That is it. So you're sat in there, you're sat there flying. Okay, you take off with the wheels out. I'm gonna sit on it. It's a shame I can't hang it to show you. So you're sat on it like so. Okay, wheels are out. There we go. You take off. Okay, once you've left the ground, all you literally do is hook your feet on, pull it back. Okay, and everything will slide down, or you will slide forwards. Okay, this bar will slide underneath your arse, and it will basically come out the back where that bolt was that we saw. Okay, so that's it, retracted. When you come into land, you can do the opposite. Okay, or you can leave it out the entire time. Personally, I mean, it's a good little gadget, but I don't think I'll be putting it in and out all the time. It's a nice footrest. All right. The other thing, I could be wrong. I've not flown it yet, but it does say that you can land it on foot or with the trike. The only bit I'm scratching my head a little bit with is if you want to land it on foot and you retract it, okay, this bar will be sticking out the back here. Okay, it'll slide all the way back, and you'll have about 2 foot, maybe 3 foot of metal bar behind you. And when you come into land, you've got to make sure that bar doesn't make contact with the ground before your feet do, you know what I mean? But that might be me overthinking it, I don't know. When I fly it, I will let you know, okay? So what I'll do really quickly, I'm going to take this off, and I'll show you that bar just sliding back to show you what I mean, because I don't know if that made much sense. Obviously, when you're not doing a video and you're just flying it yourself, you can put it together very, very, very quickly and take it to bits very quickly as well. It's just taken me a little bit longer because I wanted to do a slow guide, a slow walkthrough, because I've not seen one online yet of close-ups of this happening, and I wish I saw one before getting my hands on one, so just doing it for you guys. There we go. So I'll just put the frame there a sec, the motor there a sec. So this, what I was on about, so you take off like so, your backside's here, your legs are all the way out, okay? you've left the ground, okay, so you're in the air. When you pull this, all that's going to happen is you're pulling yourself forward, okay? So now your backside's here, the wheel's under your arse. All this is behind you, okay? But it will actually be like that, won't it? It'll be like that, it'll all be behind you. Okay, and if you look now, you can see that metal bar coming out the back, like a little kebab. Okay, if you land on foot and you flare to land, obviously the wing pitches, it goes into that stall. What you don't want to do is make contact with the ground with that bar before your feet. I could be over-analysing this, and it could be possible. I'll find out when I try it. Okay, and obviously if you want to land it with the wheels out, slide it out with your, I'm out of breath, slide it out with your feet again, like so, and there you go, you come into land, job done. Bloody hell, I'm getting old. So that is a Retracta-trike, guys, 1,850 quid, about 10 kilos ish. Northern Skies, if you want to try one, you want more information on one, it is a pretty good bit of kit, to be fair, it's fantastic. The main difference from this trike and the other trike is these swing arms are not isolated. So on the other trike, it had 2 bars coming up, attaching to the swing arms of the Maverick, which makes it a little bit more turbulent, and I'm a little bit of a nervous flyer, so I'd rather things be nice and smooth than be getting chucked around at all. But I hope that helps. Any questions, put them down in the comments below. I'm absolutely goosed, so I'm going to go and get a brew. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, keep doing that good stuff. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.